your hands up on the wall. Put your hands up on the wall.
Up on the wall.
Put your hands up on the wall.
If you move, you will be shot. You understand me?
Sir, what's this all about?
You have any weapons on you, Charlie?
What am I being pulled over for, sir?
You're not being pulled over. You're being contacted because of the vehicle issue.
Get on your knees. Get on your knees. I'm going hands-free. Hold on. Right,
I got it.
That's not pocket.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's tight.
It's right here.
You're under arrest.
Happy birthday from your pirate crew. We wish it was our birthday so we could party to our
Cathryn Gorospe was born on August 16, 1973 in Los Angeles County, California. She grew up in the Sunshine State before relocating to Arizona for college, where she decided to stay after graduation. As a dedicated kindergarten teacher in the Phoenix area, she most recently worked at Arrowhead Elementary School in North Glendale. Friends and family described her as energetic, upbeat, and charismatic. Known for her compassionate nature, Cathryn adopted a shelter dog named Sunshine. She valued education, animals, and nature, and she frequently hiked and rafted the rivers of the Grand Canyon. During her summers off, she sometimes worked as a tour guide for the Grand Canyon Railway, a heritage railroad that carries passengers between Williams, Arizona, and the south rim of Grand Canyon National Park. Charlie Malzahn is a 34-year-old Arizona native who spent much of his life in Williams. He attended high school there but dropped out in 2007 and never pursued further education. Charlie's past was marred by a history of substance abuse and a string of felony charges dating back to 2009, including drug charges, DUI, criminal property damage, and multiple assaults on law enforcement officers. He was well known to local authorities, partly due to his criminal record and also because his stepfather, Herman Nixon, serves as the city's chief of police. Chief Nixon has stated that he had not had much contact with Charlie since he dropped out of high school. Recently, Charlie was working as a server, trying to make ends meet despite his troubled past. Cathryn and Charlie met at the Wild West Junction restaurant on July 10, 2017, where Charlie worked as a server. They struck up a conversation and Cathryn was immediately smitten. It's unclear when Cathryn learned of Charlie's recent release from jail after serving a 4-year sentence for aggravated assault and resisting arrest. What is clear is that Cathryn viewed his problems not as permanent obstacles, but as challenges that could be overcome with enough discipline, care, and support. She tried to set boundaries, ensuring he sought help for substance abuse and found full-time work. For a brief period, there was hope. Charlie was working full-time and, with Cathryn's support, seemed to be on the right track. However, roughly a month into their relationship, an incident shattered this fragile progress. On August 20th, 2017, a distressed woman contacted the police to report her car had been stolen. She explained that she was driving on Interstate 10 in Tempe with her brother, Charlie Malzahn, in the front passenger seat and her children in the back. Suddenly, Charlie became highly anxious, insisting that the car next to them was about to snipe them. Fearing for their safety, he pulled out a handgun, prompting his sister to immediately stop the vehicle and get her children to safety. In the chaos, Charlie seized the car and fled, leaving his sister and her kids stranded by the roadside. Later, Charlie called her, informing her that the van was parked outside the Canyon Club bar in Williams with the keys inside. She contacted the bar and they confirmed the van's location. Officers were soon dispatched to the Canyon Club, where they discovered the vehicle and encountered Charlie exiting the bar.
Behind you. Behind you.
Behind you.
Behind you, Tracy. Charlie. Please put your hands up on the wall.
Put your hands on the wall.
Put your hands up on the wall.
Put your hands on the wall.
Put your hands up on the wall.
Go.
If you move, you will be shot.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah, sorry, what's this all about?
Turn on you.
You have any weapons on you, Charlie?
What am I being pulled over for, sir?
You're not being pulled over. You're being
Gun.
contacted
Gun.
because of the vehicle issue.
Get on your knees.
Go on your knees,
Get
over.
on your knees. I'm going hands-free. Hold mine.
I'm not making a move, man.
It's it's tight.
I got it.
Left front pocket.
It's hot.
Yeah, I can, and it's tight. You're under arrest.
I'll go let her know. Sam, one more 10-15. I'll go get one.
15 at 20:02.
Yeah, he just walked out with a gun in his pocket. He's in custody.
He's prohibited possession.
I know.
Get it up on his knees. Stand by.
So I just talked to my sister. She said she didn't file the report. She said she didn't press no charges on me.
Let me clean out the back. Really?
Mr. What?
Should we get a full pat on him?
You all ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Face that truck.
Chief wants that thing just driven to the station.
Okay.
You good with that?
He's good with it. I'm good with it. Cancel the call.
Yeah.
OJJ has been canceled, so we've located the
Okay. Go ahead and get in. I'll go around.
As a convicted felon in Arizona, Charlie wasn't allowed to legally possess a firearm. Therefore, he was charged with prohibited possession of a firearm, possession of a gun during the commission of a felony, carrying a weapon into a prohibited place, and theft of a means of transportation. Charlie was arrested, booked, and held in custody at the Coconino County Jail with bond set at $200,000. After spending weeks behind bars, Charlie reached out to Cathryn using his charms to plead for help. Initially, Cathryn said it was impossible, that she didn't have the resources.
This is a call from and paid for by
Charlie Malzahn, Coconino County Jail. Can you come get me?
I hate
Cathryn, Cathryn, I'm sitting here waiting for you. Will you please come get me? I mean, I'm going to slick my hair back with some gel. I'm going to put deodorant on.
I have $2,000, but I don't have $20,000 collateral.
What do you mean?
I mean, my house doesn't have any equity in it, and my car is not worth $20,000.
$20,000 for lowest. What they're going to do?
But I don't think you're that dangerous. Are you that dangerous? I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
At what time, Cathryn? What time are you coming to get me?
I should be there by 3:30 or 4.
Alright. Well, I'll see you then. I love you, Cathryn, alright?
I love you too, as well.
Initially, Cathryn decided against posting bond for Charlie. However, he was relentless and eventually convinced her to change her mind. In an interview with a local news outlet, bail bondsman Tom Watson revealed that he had urged Cathryn not to proceed. He was struck by her abundance of empathy and remarkable innocence, which matched that of her kindergarten students. But Cathryn saw herself as a fixer, and once she made up her mind, there was no stopping her.
Cathryn had told me she only knew him about a month.
Watson says Gorospe researched Malzahn's criminal history and wanted to get him out of jail and on the right track.
I talked her out of it 2 times. Mostly it's just because she hadn't known him very long, and she said that she knew that, he had been in trouble in the past, and his family didn't want much to do with him anymore.
Watson was also in contact with Malzahn and slowly started to believe he was worth the trouble.
He's a pretty smooth talker if you've ever talked to him. He said he wanted to get it, get everything behind him, get it straightened out. He was tired of being in trouble. There was no indication of any kind of threat to her.
On Friday, October 6th, Watson says there was no way he was going to change her mind again.
She told me what we were going to do. She said, I sent all your paperwork. You have part of your money come in, and we have an appointment at 4 o'clock, and you're going to be there because I want you to bail him out, Tom, because I know you will help me keep track of him. And if you're not there, I'm going to go to another bail bondsman. She had made her plans, plotted out, how she was going to keep him in line and how she was going to rehab him.
While they waited in the parking lot together for Malzahn's release, Gorospe confided in Watson.
She goes, Tom, I thought about everything you told me, and you asked me why I'm getting him out. She says, I guess I really do just love him.
Cathryn agreed to put up $20,000 to cover Charlie's bond, using her home as collateral. The night before heading to the jail, she spoke with Charlie on the phone to explain the conditions he would need to abide by for his release.
Oh, no, didn't have one of those.
One of these days I'm going to have to get you one. Okay, what? Talk to me. Tell me.
Okay, so 6. There's 6 rules. And some of them are repetitive for Tom's thing, because Tom is going to have you sign something. Okay?
All right.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. So one of them is you're checking in every day with Tom. That's what he said. And I said, okay, I'll put it on there. And then the Friday I just told you, checking on Friday with FaceTime. And Tuesday you just have to text. Okay?
Okay.
Tuesdays and Fridays is a photo or a receipt. Or we can just FaceTime them from wherever we are. Okay?
Right.
You and I are going to attend an AA or an MA meeting twice a month. So it's every other week. And it's just wherever we can find one. And they're all over the place, honey, so we don't have to go to the same place every time, okay?
All right.
Okay. We are going to find you a counselor, and you're going to commit to twice a month talking to them.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Just so we can get your family issues out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. Your paychecks are going to go directly into my bank account. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And then your cash goes to me, but I will make sure I give you money for whatever you need.
All right.
Okay?
That's it? That's all 6?
Except that I'm hoping, there's one more. I'm hoping that you won't be shopping without me, because I want to do stuff with you.
No, I won't be doing nothing without you, dear. Nothing
But you're probably going to need money for lunch while you're at work, or I don't know, unless we make you lunch, Or if you'll be working at a restaurant, they could probably feed you, huh?
Yeah, I just need a couple dollars in my pocket, that's all.
Here's the part you might not like, all right?
What is it? Talk to me.
You're going to have to do a drug test once a week.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not worried about that.
All right. And no drugs, no alcohol, no gambling. And I'm taking away your internet porn, but we can buy you videos.
No, I'm not going to be a boy no more. I'm going to evolve into a man, and I'm going to handle my business, and we're going to have a great time, all right?
Okay, well, first of all, you need to stop calling it your business, and you need to start calling it our business.
our business. I like that. I do like
You
that.
got it?
I got it. I like that.
Because if we do this, we're in this together.
All right. For the long haul?
Got it?
For the long haul?
Yes.
I love you so much.
I love you too. And we're going to let people think whatever they need to think. We don't care if they like you. You're just going to do your best.
Everybody's going to like me because when I'm doing my best and I'm sober, everybody likes me.
On Friday, October 6th, Cathryn headed to Coconino County Jail from Phoenix in her white 2010 Toyota RAV4. She told a close friend that her plan was to bail Charlie out, stop for food, and return to Phoenix later that night. She's captured on camera walking into the building at 8:39 p.m., and by 10:12 p.m., Charlie was free and they were headed home. On October 8th, police learned that Charlie had made some purchases with a woman's credit card at a mall in Tucson. He was detained later that day, and when asked to identify himself, he gave the officers a fake name. He then explained to officers that the credit cards belonged to his girlfriend, Cathryn, who just bailed him out of jail. Police tried to contact Cathryn on the phone for 30 minutes with no luck. After finally giving the officers his real name, they confiscated the items and let him go. A short while later, Cathryn's roommate became concerned after she and Cathryn's friends and family had not heard from her since she went to collect Charlie. It had been 2 days, and she left without planning for the care of her dog, which was highly unusual. The roommate contacted the police to report her missing. Later that evening, a violent crime spree rocked the campus of Arizona State University. School police reported a man targeting and violently assaulting students.
Turning up on the campus of ASU. This surveillance video released by ASU police today showing Malzahn wandering around talking to students, then entering a dormitory with a 17-year-old female student, passing the security guard, getting on an elevator, not seen, the young woman giving Malzahn a bottle of water and then asking him to leave. According to court documents, Malzahn now admitting he got angry, repeatedly punched the young woman, then threw her to the ground. After the attack, Malzahn then fleeing the dormitory, only to carjack another young woman named Shannon McCrae a short time later.
And he said, "Give me your keys or I'm going to bash your face in."
With Cathryn still missing and Charlie the last person to see her alive, authorities intensified their search for him. Police records indicated that he had spent the previous morning contacting acquaintances to procure drugs and a gun. Detectives interviewed one of the acquaintances, who reported seeing Charlie driving a white Toyota RAV4. The acquaintance also noted there was a significant amount of blood inside the car. This led police to update the case status to a possible homicide and issue a BOLO alert for the vehicle. In the early hours of Monday, October 9th at 1:30 a.m., police spotted Cathryn's Toyota RAV4 and attempted a traffic stop. The driver, however, failed to yield, leading to a brief pursuit that ended when the vehicle crashed. Charlie was arrested at the scene and taken into custody. He refused to cooperate and was initially evasive with officers regarding Cathryn's whereabouts. Charlie was charged with unlawful flight, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault. Upon inspection, the vehicle showed significant exterior damage, and the interior was covered in blood. Once booked into the 4th Avenue jail, Charlie continued his violent behavior. During fingerprinting, he assaulted an officer by wrapping his handcuffs around the officer's head and neck, and then attacked a second officer. One officer sustained a 9-inch laceration on the back of his head, while Charlie attempted to bite the other. As a result, Charlie faced additional charges for the assaults. Eventually, Charlie relented and gave officers details that helped them locate the general area where Cathryn could be found.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Corey Runge with Flagstaff Police Department, and I'm recording this video to give a video transcript of the press release that was released this morning in reference to the missing person homicide case of Cathryn Gorospe. Since October 8th of 2017, law enforcement across many jurisdictions have been investigating the reported missing person of Cathryn. We've continued to investigate throughout this time, and on October 13th, investigators followed up on leads in the case and located a deceased person in Mare, Arizona, who is believed to be Cathryn Gorospe. The remains were located on private property off Nugget Mine Road in Mare. The suspect in the case, Charlie Malzahn, ultimately gave investigators some details and directions which led them to narrow their scope of their search. Investigators from Yavapai County Sheriff's Office and Flagstaff Police Department coordinated efforts and resources to investigate this scene. Currently, investigators are confirming that the remains are those of Cathryn through DNA testing. This testing will take some time to verify the identity beyond a doubt. Police do firmly believe that the individual will be identified as Cathryn for multiple reasons. This includes the fact that the primary suspect in Cathryn's disappearance led investigators to the remains. The deceased also met the physical description of Cathryn. This includes the clothing that she was last seen wearing on the jail video, which has been released. An autopsy has been completed by Yavapai County and determined that the manner of death is a homicide.
Investigations revealed that within hours of being bailed out, Charlie and Cathryn had an intense argument, likely over what Cathryn perceived to be Charlie's drug-seeking behavior. An enraged Charlie eventually took control of the vehicle and brutally murdered Cathryn, stabbing her 14 times before running her over with her own car. In April 2019, Charlie was indicted for first-degree murder, a charge punishable by death, and he pleaded not guilty. However, after 3 years of delays, prosecutors offered a plea deal. They agreed to drop capital punishment as a sentencing option in exchange for a guilty plea. In June of 2022, Charlie pleaded guilty to first-degree murder, abandonment of a body, and other charges. At his sentencing hearing in July 2022, Charlie received the maximum allowable punishment of life in prison without the possibility of parole. With a heavy heart, Cathryn's mother stepped to the podium to make a few poignant remarks.
Through her kindergarten teacher's help her eyes, she somehow saw a little boy inside that was hurting, abandoned, betrayed, or whatever. And she was there when the rest of the world was not. And how was this kindness returned? You took the little money she had left, the car she loved, and you destroyed the very body she used to show you affection. You stabbed her over and over, and you ran her over with her own car and then left her body in the desert. These are choices you made in the face of kindness.
I just want to say I'm sorry. I know it doesn't change anything, and I really am sorry. That's everyone, I'm sorry.
Coconino County Superior Court Judge Dan Slayton had the final word, addressing the devastated family members. You'll leave here with the same heaviness and emptiness you've expressed and that you've felt for almost the past 5 years, but what I've seen here is a tremendous amount of love for each other. I hope that feeling of love and kindness to each other will enable you to find peace. In memory of Cathryn Gorospe, her loved ones established a foundation dedicated to turning her senseless death into a source of positive change, focusing on the causes she cherished most: education, animals, and nature. If Cathryn's story has touched you and you wish to honor her memory by supporting these causes, please find the link in the description section of this video.